So I'm going to make just a quick video showing how I fixed this card. I'll put a screenshot of what it looked like before I did this, but it had like a little white bar across the front, or a white piece of cardstock across the front, and then I had these stickers on here. You can kind of see where this one used to be, and I drew some shadow underneath the sticker for this particular I don't know, leopard. And then this one was sitting on top of the little strip of cardstock with the sentiment on it. And then I had put some other stickers on here. I had another one that was a sloth, and I think I lost it. It fell off somewhere, but anyway, it wasn't working. There was just too much busyness going on, and looking at it now, I'm like, yes, obviously, it was just too busy. So what I want to do, what I did is I took the strip off, and it left a little bit of residue, but and I don't think it tore anything. I mean, I don't think it tore the paper or anything, but it left a little bit of residue. So I'll probably put a layer of white over top of this background paper, and put my sentiment on another strip of paper and then stick these on somehow, or I'm not really sure how I'm gonna move forward with it, but I do want to keep the stickers. I like the stickers, and the sentiment was like a welcome baby stamp. So I want to keep that concept, like it's a cute baby, like jungle baby theme, but it was just way too busy on that background cardstock, so I just need to do something else. But I did want to show how, like, even if you like end up with a card that didn't turn out right, didn't turn out quite right, you can fix it. In this case, I just took all the stickers off. They didn't peel off easily on the little piece of strip, cardstock strip with the sentiment on it. They ripped, so some of them will need to be glued back on if I plan to use them again on this card. But I think it's worth just kind of showing how I end up sort of reworking this so that it doesn't just get in my throwaway pile, I guess. So stay tuned. So I found this little piece of paper in my scrap pile, and it is 3 3/4 by what was that, like 2.5, I guess. So I'm gonna put it down on this card, and maybe I'll stick the stickers onto it somehow, like that. And then maybe I can use these other stickers somewhere else, or like in the background and the decorations maybe, but I'm not sure if I'm going to end up using these little ants. They're cute, and then there's a little flower over here. But I think they just might have been too much for this card, and I think I want to keep it kind of simpler. And then I can either put my like welcome baby or some kind of baby sentiment here, or I can just leave it blank and kind of let it speak for itself. So I'll glue this down, and I'll be right back. I found another sentiment strip with welcome baby on it, so I can cut it into a banner. And then I found this piece of cardstock, and I think what I'll do is, since I need it to be wide enough to cover up this little shadow. Actually, this is the right way up. I need it to cover up the shadow here, so I needed to go kind of about that far over. And I need it to also go kind of far enough down here. So basically I need to cut it with about, I don't know, something like a 1/2 inch border on the inside of this piece. And I know that this paper piece is 4 1/4 by 4 inches this way by 5 1/4 this way. So I need to just cut down maybe like, that looks like about a 1/2 inch to me. 1/2 inch on each side, so this will be 1 inch shorter than the 5 1/4, so it'll be 4 1/4, and then it needs to be a 1/2 inch top and bottom, so it needs to be 3 inches. So 3 inches by 4 1/4. I know I just like did the math and explained that, and you probably were thinking like, yeah, duh, but it's late. It's like midnight or something, and I'm making this. So my brain is a little done for the day. So I'm going to cut this, and then I'll be back, and then I'll see how I want to put this on. And I think I might want to get a piece of green paper and mat the back of this and maybe trim it down just a tad. And then I'll make the little banner and kind of pop the banner off with the background on the white. So we'll see. I'll be right back. Okay, so I trimmed my paper, and I think I'm going to try to figure out how to arrange these on here and then put my welcome baby kind of like down here somehow. And like I want it to kind of go off the page here. So I'm thinking something like this will be good. So I'm going to stick these down. I think I'm going to use a little glue on the back because they're kind of not sticky anymore. And then I need to put like some kind of a backer on this, some kind of green paper on this. So I'll come back and show you what I have done. Okay, so this is the finished card. And I used a Sharpie. I had a piece of cardstock here. Oh, my cat wants to get out of the room and I've closed the door. But I used a Sharpie and just colored it in, and then I glued my sentiment onto the back of the Sharpie and cut it down and cut it into a banner so it's a little border. And then I glued these my cat is scratching the carpet. But I glued these stickers down, and it did get a little bit warped. You can kind of maybe see that, but I'm not too worried about it because it's got like a double layer here, so I don't think it'll warp the entire card. And if I put it under like a heavy book, it might flatten out. But I'm not that worried about it. And then I glued this one down, and then I thought the corner just looked a little too plain, so I added a butterfly there. I did not end up using the little ant stickers that are down here. I think there was a flower and I must have lost it along the way. It got stuck to something probably. I think there were 3 ants now that I think about it, and I don't know where they went, but any case, so I was pretty satisfied with that. But then when I was gluing down my stickers, there was like a little bit of residue that came out from the glue and left some like marks, and I thought I would try to just kind of like hide that by putting some of this Spectrum Noir shimmer pen onto my card. And so I tried to put it, I don't know if you can see that, but I tried to put it underneath the butterfly so it looks like the butterfly trail, and then I put it up a little bit in the sky. I put it over here, and I tried to like mask the underneath of this little baby, whatever it is, this little cat, the small cat, and put it underneath there so it kind of tries to hide that. And then I just kind of added some decorative elements of that all over the card just so it sort of tied it together. But I mostly covered up that little spot right there where the shadow was. It's still sort of visible, but it blends into the background. Like you can't really tell that that's not supposed to be there. So I think I can say that this card is complete. This color isn't a perfect exact match, but it doesn't really matter to me because it's kind of just an accent. But I think it works well. It's a nice card now, and I did want to keep the stickers and kind of use them. I didn't want to have to throw them away, so I'm glad that I was able to salvage this card, and I'm glad that I was able to continue or salvage this background paper because I was worried that it was going to just not turn out well. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I'm going to try to do this with a couple more cards that I have components of, or things where it just didn't go quite right. Because I feel like that's something that I struggle with a lot is like, oh, my card didn't turn out the way I intended. They almost never do, to be honest with you. They almost never do turn out the way I wanted. But then how do I either repurpose the components into a new card, or cut it down and find a way to make use of it in some other, maybe it'll become a tag, or maybe I'll cut out something and punch it out and use that piece of paper for something that I put behind a stamp, or any number of little things. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this and you learned something too, so that you can kind of try to salvage a card that you've made a mistake on. Thanks for watching. Bye.